Over the past 2 weeks, we have toured affordable RV parks in Quartzsite, Arizona, seeking possible exit plan options for seniors who can no longer travel as nomads. One park was a small park in a residential setting. The other was a mid-sized park near shopping that also rented out rigs as well as RV lots. Today, we are going to tour a larger park with some additional amenities and activities. So come on, let's go check out Quail Run. Well, hello, Heather.
Hi!
How are you today?
Living the dream right here in Quartzsite, Arizona.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me. You're a segment of an episode or episodes that I'm doing on having an exit plan as a nomad. And you're here at Quail Run in Quartzsite, which is now would you call this an RV park, a mobile home park? What would you?
We are classified as an RV park.
Okay. And so you have full-time people here and seasonal or part-time?
We do.
Okay, well, why don't we go outside and look around, and you can explain some things about the park, and I can ask questions, and we can talk and see what kind of opportunity it would be for people who are looking for an exit plan.
Sounds perfect.
Okay, let's go. Well, we're outside, Heather, and I'm looking, and I see a combination. I see some trailers, I see some fifth wheels, I see Class A. So you have a little bit of everything here, it looks like.
Absolutely. We have several different, types of folks that like to come in. Some are coming in as snowbirds, coming down just for, that warm, warm weather in the winter. We have some folks that are traveling through on vacation. So we see a large population of people. We do have the requirement, it has to be 10 years within the 10-year rule.
That's a frequent requirement.
Right. Now, there are times often that, folks will call us. Their rig is maybe a little bit more than, 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And what we'll do is we'll ask them for a picture of all 4 sides of the unit.
Okay.
And the reason being just so we can make sure that they're in good running order and keep up with the appearances we like to see in the park.
Okay, now what percentage, this is April now, and I still see there's a good number of people here. So what percentage of people in this park are here full-time?
We have less than 15% that are full-time.
Okay.
The majority of ours are snowbirds and then those travelers.
Now, what would a typical rent for a space cost?
It varies. If we're looking at monthly, we're looking honestly here in Quartzsite between $300 and $600 a month, depending on the time of year, off-season and seasonal.
Now, if you do it by a year, do you have a yearly plan?
We do. Our yearly rate is $2,200 a year, and the only additional thing that you'll see is your electric.
So that's under $200 a month, $2,200 a year.
Correct.
So that's a very good price.
Absolutely.
We're going into a little more detail on the electric, and you were telling me about some people that don't have any electric bill at all.
Right. Some folks that have solar, they're completely solar equipped with batteries and whatnot. I literally cannot bill them because they're not plugged into our electricity. Even plugged in when they wanted to, have it as backup, there's no bill there because they're completely solar.
Okay.
Other units will come in and they're going through 1,000 kilowatt hours within a month. They're running 4 ACs. Base makers are a real electric draw.
Right.
So it really does vary based on individual person's use. When you have people that are very conscientious about their light, turning on and off lights, how long they're running, specific electric items, it can really change their usage.
So I guess if a person's very careful, if they have a smaller unit, if they have solar, or even a small amount of solar and a little electric use being plugged in, if they have, I guess, appliances that have low draw, they could, basically what you're saying is each person can manage their own electric bill.
Exactly. Most of your parks, and specifically our park, the meter is going to be on site. So you can actually read the meter when you're plugging in. You can go out daily and check to see how much your meter has moved, and then using that, decide how much you want to be billed every month.
Okay. So you were telling me you also have showers.
Correct. They are quarter showers, so a quarter gives you approximately 30 minutes. And they're right there, so you can go ahead and feed them. The water will stay nice and warm for you.
Okay, let me look over here and just check out these showers. Oh, okay. And you have the seat there, and this is the one that accommodates, it looks like a wheelchair.
Correct.
And then you have 2 other showers here.
Nice and roomy to wash off all the desert dust.
Yeah, and nice and clean too. All right. I was asking you, Heather, about your amenities, and when you told me you had an air-conditioned clubhouse, I said, well, why don't we go finish this interview in the clubhouse? So this is the clubhouse that you have.
Yep.
Wow, this is nice.
This is our wonderful clubhouse for all of our seasonal guests, which means 90 days or more. They do have the code, so they can actually use the clubhouse 24 hours a day.
Okay.
There is a full kitchen, so you have your electric stove, refrigerator. We opted for popcorn and coffee. We like to have that, available for our guests.
Now, can they, if they had an event or birthday party, could they book this, or do they have to pay for it?
There's no charge to use the facilities, but the only thing that we stipulate is it is still open to the rest of the clubhouse.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to have a party, over here, that's fine. But we may have other customers that come in to, grab a break from being out in the heat.
So you can't close it down for your event?
Right.
When I was in the office, I saw someone coming in talking about a barbecue or something.
Absolutely. So we like to have different events throughout the season. We'll have barbecues, potlucks. We like to have fun, and it's like we're all home, we're family. So we have some folks in park right now that are helping with classes for, upcoming seasons. We'll be, having some workshops in regards to writing books, how to get them published. We'll have some artists that come in throughout the season.
Okay.
We'll have bands and musicians that come in. A lot of times we'll do jams. So a jam session, musicians can come in with their instrument and you just jam out and have fun with other musicians and like-minded folks.
So it's a community, and there are activities you can, I guess it sounds like you can be as involved or uninvolved as you want.
Absolutely.
So if you had a nomad who is looking at putting together their exit plan and they wanted to stay in Quartzsite full-time, specifically at this park, they would contact you and do what in order to get a year-long contract?
So really all they have to do is give us a call, let us know what date specifically they're looking at. We'll add them to the wait list, and as soon as we have availability, we'll reach out. We'll let them know that we have that availability, and at that point we would ask for a $100 deposit to hold that space until they were actually able to check in.
So would they be able to renew that? How would they renew it, not have to get back on a wait list?
So the following year, because they're a seasonal, they would have first dibs on that specific space.
Okay.
So as long as all the qualifications are still being met, they would be, more than able to renew and sign the new contract.
You were also telling me, Heather, that there are other combinations of stays that you have people who are here in Quartzsite part of the year. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of times we find that boondockers are out in the BLM lands. They like to come in and refresh. They want to come in, do their laundry, maybe take a really nice long hot shower. So they come in for just the nightly stays, and they vary throughout the season. We are a Good Sam park, so there is 10% off of your daily stay if you are a Good Sam member. And they'll come in, they'll sometimes, have their RV washed by a company. They're just doing laundry and shower, glamping, and using their electric instead of the solar.
And you were also saying that do you have some people who might stay for the $180 from October to April and then come over here and do a 6-month lease over here the rest of the year?
Yep, some of the folks are out BLM, so they're boondocking. They've paid that $160 to the Bureau of Land Management to cover there, and then they'll come in, they'll do 6 months here at the park. And it just kind of helps vary where they're at and what they're paying, because of course BLM does limit the amount of time you can be there.
Well, Heather, thank you very much. Quail Run. Those of you who are looking at possibly an exit strategy, this might be something to consider. See you down the road, Heather.
Safe travels.
Thank you.